Back here with tonight's tag team action. The Olympic champ Kurt Angle will tag with Shinsuke, the king of strong style Nakamura, for the first time to take on a tag team that has kind of caught everyone off guard. Out of retirement, Shawn Michaels and Roderick Strong, who have been running through all of their competition. The basis of their tag team being that Roderick Strong challenged the old man, Shawn Michaels. And like I thought he wouldn't, Shawn took the bait. So tonight we're going to see how these two handle a strong legend and a master of strong style. Let's get it going. Whoa! Their opponents are coming out and being attacked by the Revival, the current WCW Tag Team Champions. We have no idea what this is, but we know that they are not happy about any threat to their titles. If that's the case, I'm not sure why they're heading to the ring right now to take on the looks of Kurt Angle and Shinsuke Nakamura. I know that something can be said about teaming with a man for the first time, but that does not in any way discredit two of these. A Hall of Famer, and B, a man heading directly for the WWE Hall of Fame, but also the international scene Hall of Fame, because he's known world renowned for his strong style. Perhaps the Revival made a mistake tonight, as they may take a loss, and they've made a definite pair of enemies. Can you blame these Revival guys, though? The Revival means a lot more than just the Revival. They have single-handedly brought back traditional wrestling to WCW Nitro. I can't say I disagree with you, and I do enjoy the way Dash Wilder and his longtime partner carry themselves in WCW, but there also is a tinge of arrogance and deception that comes along with these guys carrying titles and winning matches. They know how to push the right buttons, and they know how to get the win. Sir, I don't think that there's any know-how when it comes to getting a win when you're in the Revival, when you've got such a devastating finisher as the Dream Cracker. Someone correct me on that. The Dream Shatterer. You're right, it is a devastating finisher. Yeah, Shinsuke avoids it this time, though he is attempting to attack his opponent in his opponent's team's corner. We should see a tag here. What a vicious clothesline. Shinsuke looks really, really devastated. He's down and he's out. So why not boast when you are the greatest tag team in WCW Nitro at the moment? But Shinsuke's having none of that. He's got him up. Michinoku driver from a Death Valley driver position. And the legend, the icon, Kurt Angle. Could we see an Angle moonsault this early? No, he's inviting him to get up. Kurt Angle could put a clinic on for both these guys, and I think they both know it. Crossbody rope, Angle's fine. Stomping away at that midway, that midplex. I've never been an in-ring competitor, but I often wonder what it feels like to see your opponent getting devastated like this from the outside. Oh! Mounting a comeback. Ken Shamrock now down. Let's see what he can do with this. If I were him, I would tag my fresh partner in. Going to the second rope. Taunting Kurt Angle to stand up. Then he doesn't make a count as Kurt Angle predicts that he will go for that move. just as he predicted, Kurt Angle was going to go for the powerbomb. Now a little teamsmanship here. Oh, hard chops. An arm breaker for good measure. And another one for good measure for that. Now we're starting to get some pop from the Revival. Oh! Dartboard powerbomb. With a 1 count. Kurt's not playing those games. Get the tag in Revival. They need to avoid at all costs. Oh, a desperation tag and Shinsuke's in. Oh my God! Liu Kang kick. Liu Kang kick. Liu Kang kick across the ring and he's fired up. The last thing that you want to do if you are aiming to prove a point is let Shinsuke Nakamura fire himself up. The man's unstoppable. I've seen him through it all. Irish whip. The reversal caught by a back elbow. Shinsuke. That fire that I thought I saw firing up has since been fizzled out, and the Revival are in charge of this match on both sides. They collide in the middle of the ring, oddly. Sent him to the outside with a spear through the ropes. Pandering to this audience who doesn't care if you live or die. That's interesting. You know, though we find Shinsuke in a tag format tonight, there was that odd exchange with himself and X-Pac in the back last week, and we really didn't get an explanation from either about that. Oh, whoa! Shinsuke is firing up! And he has an opponent in his corner. Is it time? Oh my God! Yes! Kinshasa! What? Rope break! It's a rope break! The Revival are hanging on by a thread now, and should count their lucky stars that this match had rope break implemented. We've been told that the board of trustees for WCW Monday Nitro have been closely looking at the format of matches, and that things like rope break may soon one day be out the window in all match formats except submission matches. Speaking of which, going back to a subject earlier brought up, the newly minted WCW Hardcore Championship will now revolve around more of an MMA format, having the win only come by way of KO. And we can confirm in the coming weeks, matches between Ken Shamrock and Dan Severn, Tank Abbott and Bam Bam Bigelow, and a slew of mystery opponents who have decided that the lore of pro wrestling was more promising than the day in and day out grind of mixed martial arts. So look for the new WCW Extreme Hardcore Championship in coming episodes of WCW Monday Nitro 2K18. Back to the action here. We've got the Revival taking it to Kurt Angle. They were almost out of this matchup earlier, but Shinsuke is out of the ring and Kurt is taking... No, he is not. Kurt is still alive in this matchup. Though he's being Irish whipped, can he make the best of it? No, he eats an elbow for his efforts. It's clear that he has slowed down over the years, being 56, but I tell you what, I would not want to stand across that ring from a determined Kurt Angle. And Kurt told us tonight that he was determined for this match to do the best for Shinsuke because he knows he's such a promising up-and-comer. And before the Revival knocked out their original opponents, he was also motivated to fight them. Which makes this all the more interesting because that probably has pissed Kurt Angle off enough to have the Revival as a collective on his radar. I gotta tell you, on respect alone, I hope to see Kurt Angle and Shinsuke pull this match out because the Revival need that component of respect to be injected into their method of being champions in this organization. And Kurt Angle is back on the offense. And before there was a Suplex City, there was a construction company that put together all the gravel and concrete, and it was the Angle Suplex Company, the originator of suplexing your ass all the way to another city. But let's not forget about Taz. You know, there's been rumblings that Taz may make an out-of-retirement comeback in Nitro should he find a viable opponent. And we've been looking because we are all big fans of Taz and Edwards. But this match right now, Kurt Angle is on the offense. Leg trap German. Only the best. Oh, whoa. Desperation tag, and we've got a fresh plan for Kurt. Immediately drops the drop kick. Second one for his matter. A third one. And Kurt Angle's down. This fresh energy can't be good for a down Kurt Angle in his 50s. What's going to happen? Backbreaker for his efforts. Now a kick to the midsection. Kurt Angle reversing it with an arm wrench to the ground. Get a tag in if you can. He's too hard-headed. He's going to beat the crap out of these guys and make them regret ever ruining a planned match. Is this the Angle Slam? Yes, it is. This may be the end, guys. Kurt Angle just proved one thing, folks. He still got it. Not only that, he doesn't have to depend on these new guys. And B, the Revival need to watch their steps if they want to hang on to those tag team titles, because now we have a new threat on the scene in Kurt Angle and Nakamura. What a victory. The Revival looked good tonight, but it was arrogant for them to come out and disrupt this original match we had planned, and for their efforts, one of them ate an Angle Slam. And it looks like these guys like dealing with each other. Hopefully we see more of Shinsuke Nakamura and the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. Next up, we've got the excellence of execution going up a deranged sanity leader in Eric Young, and the most suave Japanese man that's ever graced the squared circle. Former leader of Apocalypse, Moku Shiroku. All three of these guys are former world champions. We're gonna see. Let's get right into the action, folks. I have to admit, I'm always excited to see Moku Shiroku in the ring. And he gets the job done. This is a several-time world champion that we're talking about. And he's notorious around Japan. And he's come back to the States, come back to Nitro with sponsorship, as we can see. Being the first pro wrestler to be sponsored by any apparel company of the major brands. Being that he is sponsored by Adidas. They make his gis. It's City. Nonetheless, spoke to Shiroku before this match, and he said that he's got big things on his mind. And that's why it's most appropriate that this match is a number 1 match. TV title. In his way, the leader of sanity. A world's traveler, a journeyman, but a danger nonetheless. Eric Young has held some of the biggest titles in this industry. And though he's a little weird for my liking in this day and age, he's one hell of a competitor, and if you get caught with that wheelbarrow neckbreaker, it's nights out. And that goes for Moku Shiroku or Bret Hart. The one thing that needs to be watched out for tonight is Moku Shiroku's spring pile driver that he's been using. His spring roll pile driver. Because A, it's had devastating results thus far, and B, it sets up for his major finisher, the Burning Hammer, which no one has ever kicked out of. Well, if there's an opponent that Moku Shiroku is going to have trouble with, it's most certainly going to be a resilient Eric Young. And if not Eric Young, there's a damn good chance that it's going to be the excellence of execution in Bret Hitman Hart. The championship stats amongst these three men take up pages. Eric Young looks like he's all business tonight. But here comes the best that there ever is, the best that there ever was, and the best to ever do it. Bret the Hitman Hart. You know, one thing was evident with Bret in WWF, WCW, and here in Monday Nitro 2K18. Bret has a passion and an understanding of this sport unlike any other wrestler. And yeah, of course, sometimes he comes across like an asshole, but who doesn't? When you can get in the ring and get it done like this guy, you can be an asshole. Bret Hitman Hart, the traditionalist of this match. Just look-wise, no tattoos visible. Obviously, Moku is much more tatted than we saw him last time. Having a very agitated-looking cat added to his chest. Well, you know, it's been long speculated that he and or his... I know nothing of that. Let it go down for the record that I have no idea what this guy's talking about. Early on, Eric Young has the advantage of both these guys. You sound so surprised. I don't sound surprised. I understand the pecking order of things in life. Oh, the pecking order, huh? Not sure what we just saw there, but Bret Hart got turned inside out, and Moku's not having anything from Eric Young, not tonight. Moku's sporting a new haircut. Not sure if his barber fell asleep or if that's what he asked for, but nonetheless, he's rocking it. Fuji armbar. Bret's just taking a breath of fresh air. Thought he had a backbreaker, took a knee for his trouble. Moku taking out his knee. That's one thing that you want to do if you're going to take on Bret Hitman Hart. Take out those legs, because without those legs, there's no stability for that sharpshooter. Take out that back so he can't torque it on you. Do whatever you got to do. Monkey flip him. But watch your back because Eric Young is watching. Eric Young with a sneak up neck breaker. You know, you mentioned Moku Shiroku's pile driver earlier tonight, but what about Eric Young's pile driver? How many people has he spiked on their heads? That's a good point. That's a real point. Is get Bret Hart down and get him out of this match. Take his back out, take his legs out. And they both seem to be doing that. But their egos are getting Moku Shiroku again, and really the threat is sitting on the outside recovery as we speak. Stocking Bret Hart. He's old. He's slowed down. Moku Shiroku's the future. He's the threat. He just took a missile dropkick to the face. We'll see. Bret Hart quickly reversed. Death drop for his troubles. The one thing that can be said for a match like this is anything can happen. You can lose this match without being pinned. That's why it's the most stressful when it's a title on the line. And we asked the three of them how they felt about that not being a factor, and they said, all three of them, that it felt foreign not to be fighting for titles, and they didn't want that to be their career path much longer. 3 kicks to the face for Bret Hart. Moku has him up. Snake eyes for his trouble. Bret's in a bad way with both fighters. Never mind. An Olympic slam for Moku's trouble. Eric Young must have been inspired by the tag match, watching in the back. The E Young elbow drop. Can he put it away? I don't think he's going to. A 1 count, folks. That's what you get out of Moku Shiroku. Trying to take out those traps. Bret Hart's getting back to his feet. You have to be cautious. Your peripherals have to be in best working order in a match like this, because someone is always gunning for you. And just like that, going after the guy that just took him down for several minutes. Well, at least a power bomb. Looks like he took it to the corner. Bret Hart may have his second final concussion as his head seemed to snap off that top rope. Look, Eric Young's looking to end it. One of the most devastating finishers in pro wrestling today. If Moku knows what's good for him, he'll come to and get in this ring and break it up just in time. This match was almost over. Moku. Oh, he's being reversed. What did Moku have in mind? Someone better strike fast. Michinoku driver. No, it's not time to taunt Moku. Someone needs to sit these rookies down and teach them. That's going to come back and bite him. Dragon bomb. Bret Hart's coming back too. Half Nelson bomb. Half Nelson suplex. Someone's going to get hit. It looked like Moku was setting up for his buzzsaw kick, but that's what happens when you let the third party in a triple threat come to. Or you deliver it to the third party. Moku needs to get with the program. Just like so. What's this? It's the burning hammer. And he's busted open. It's over. Moku Shiroku is the #1 contender for the WCW TV title. Beating a legend in the sport in the Hitman, Bret Hart. And also a legend in Eric Young. But neither could sustain Moku Shiroku's drive and desire to get back to the top of this business. Let's see if we can get one more look at this finish. Here's where Eric Young almost pulled it out, putting Bret Hart out for most of the match after that, only to set him up for this brutal finish. The EMTs are going to have to take a look at that cut, as he's busted deep. That couldn't bother Wcw though. And the only man on the WCW Monday Nitro roster who is undefeated in singles competition. Next up, we've got the Glorious One pulling double duty tonight to fight Steve Austin. These two have had a little bit of a squabble more recently because Robert Roode has a tendency to run his mouth in the wrong places. But I will give this Canadian prodigy all his props if he's able to pull off a victory against Black Matter and a victory against Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's get right to it. The fans love this guy. This guy opened the show up tonight, and it doesn't even look like he's broke a sweat. And Black Matter is no laughing matter. This match stems from Stone Cold Steve Austin mocking the NXT World Championship, calling it the minor leagues. This happened in the parking lot of tonight's event in Anaheim, California. Bobby Roode told us in the back he doesn't take kindly to that, and he asked the commissioner to book the match and refused to drop his match against Black Matter. So let's see what he's able to do tonight, pulling double duty. One match being against one of the absolute legends of this industry, Stone Cold Steve Austin, who is never in a truly good mood. Even when Stone Cold Steve Austin is in a good mood, his good mood is in a bad mood. Personally, I think Bobby Roode needs to drop that NXT title and go after the WCW World Championship, but he has yet to show a desire to do so. And NXT has a good roster of fighters to challenge him, so I guess if he doesn't want to be seen as the best that he can be, he can keep wielding that championship and boasting about it. But he will get a taste of what real competition is like tonight, because Stone Cold Steve Austin is not an NXT competitor. This is about to go the first one. Steve Austin, Monday Nitro 2K18. The Texas Rattlesnake things to be said. If the Texas Rattlesnake doesn't like your title, you're either going to deal or you're going to lose some teeth. And that's just not a promise. It's a fact, because that's what happened past with Stone Cold. Stone Cold runs over anyone who opposes what he believes in. And there's only a few things that he believes in: stomping mud holes and drinking beer after he walks them dry. And I've got a feeling It's a premonition, and it's not a good one. That our good man, the glorious one, is going to become a mud holder tonight. We'll see. Locking up. Stone Cold's taking the advantage early, working that arm. People forget, because he's such a brawler, that Stone Cold is a technician in the ring, once known as the ringmaster. But no one forgets that he's a Stone Cold monster in the ring. Several times he's held the world championship with WWF. And he's here at Nitro to show Bobby Roode what it's all about. And to put fair warning out there to our champion, the Texas Rattlesnake. But Bobby Roode's looking early on. I thought he was going to come out here and be warned. Apparently he does more cardio than me. Anybody is doing more cardio than you. Bobby Roode setting up for a vertical suplex. Down hard. Back heavy. Stone back. We're able to see a proper fusion of his 5-year-old. Stone Cold said that he got the itch after years of politely telling all of the fans that he just didn't think he had it anymore. Maybe he was right in this matchup because Bobby Roode giving it to him. Pandering to the crowd also while bring Stone Cold Austin is down. Bobby Roode showing his gloriousness. What, Miss Senton? Stone Cold's back on the attack. Let's see where to take it. Oh! Stone Cold going out of his book of tricks for a powerbomb and facebuster for his efforts. Bobby Roode back on the offense. Trap claw. Reversal. Stone Cold. Kick to the face. Stone Cold's looking for one thing, a Stone Cold stunner. That's all you need, and he'll get the 3 count. A Russian leg sweep will set it up perfectly. Damage to that arm. He's not taking a DDT tonight. Face body. A neck kick for Bobby Roode's efforts. Stone Cold thinks get a 1 count, and that's it. Bobby Roode's not letting this match end that quick. But he is going to take a kick to the back for it. Stone Cold. A punch to the gut for his efforts. But he sends Bobby Roode to the corner. What does he have in mind? Steak eyes. One of Stone Cold's original finishers. Got him up on his shoulders. Where's he going to take him? Battering his head into the corner. That's some ruthlessness that I haven't seen from Stone Cold in some years, but he does get reversed with a jawbreaker and a clothesline. This match is back and forth. Another jawbreaker, and Stone Cold's right back in business. Ooh. An arm breaker for his troubles. Bobby Roode needs to try to hit that DDT and put this match away quickly and get out of this building to live to see another day. I say if Stone Cold goes on the offense one more time, this match is over. It takes one stoner, folks. One stunner. How many stoners does it take to put a light bulb in? Probably a ton. How many stunners does it take to break a light bulb? One. It takes one stunner to break many things, folks. A very arrogant knee. I'm not sure I would do that to Stone Cold, but then again, I'm not the glorious one. A reversal. Death drop for his efforts. Stone Cold up to something. Knee to the face. Snapmare. Sleeper hold. Shades of Roddy Piper here. Does he have it in tight enough? No, no. Bobby Roode's going to get out. Stone Cold may not realize the veteran that he has on his hands. But then again, maybe Bobby Roode doesn't either. This may be a game of underestimation, and whoever's going to underestimate the most is going to lose. A 2 count off a sunset flip. Stone Cold, Irish whip to the corner. Clothesline for his troubles. He thinks that might be enough. 1 count. Stone Cold, head scissors. Immediately reversed. Bobby Roode's not playing these games. Elbow to the back of the head. Stone Cold stun. A snapmare. A reversal. Could Stone Cold put it away? Oh! The Stone Cold press. This is usually a sign of things to come, folks. If Stone Cold can pull... Reversal! Stone Cold's momentum brought to a halt by the glorious one, who looks on. Could this man take 2 major wins away from 2 former world champions in one night? His gloriousness is saying yes. One count. 2 count. Bobby Roode has defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin and Black Matter in one night. This guy better go get his bags and get to his hotel room before someone else cons him into a 3rd match, which I don't think he'll survive. I'm stunned, folks. I truly thought that Stone Cold was going to humble this young man. But god damn it, Bobby Roode demands your respect. Molly's at it. He wants you to respect the work he did in TNA as well. What a match. We'll see where Stone Cold bounces back after this. Maybe he just made himself a new adversary. But Bobby Roode did do one thing tonight. He showed some definite legitimacy to that NXT title, where a slew of great performers are currently fighting their hearts away. Your winner, Bobby Roode. And next up, a personal dream match for me. Prime Stinger taking on the Great One, The Rock, in a one-on-one match in the blistering lights of Monday Nitro. I gotta admit, I'm just gonna sit back and this off.
talking. Yeah! Woo! Come on! Woo!
These three men have never been up together, but there is no loss between either three of these. K have been down the road to matches more recent, definitely instant classics. And Seth Rollins, their never-ending love fate is just that, never-ending. Determined to take home the hinting that he might break. I don't know if he's going to do a package pile driver taking a knee like that. Luke Vinge has made it apparent that he doesn't feel he's lost enough of a step to be considered some slump that has to bow down to these new guys, and I think you're seeing that in his attitude. Smack to the back of the head. Open hand smacks to the face. He just threw Seth Rollins out of the ring. A dirty knee. KO into the turnbuckle. To the corner, I'm sorry. No. Into the ropes. Blocked by Seth Rollins. Blocked by Vinge. A knee to the abdomen. Oh, a face crusher. KO bragging in the corner. He's going to pay for it. One person you do not turn your back on is Seth Rollins. One person you do not turn your back on is KO. One person you do not turn your back on is Luke Vinge. I are these gentlemen in a triple threat match. Gonna have to be out before this match ends. We'll be here all night. This is your main event in the second episode of WCW Monday Nitro. I think my mic was out for some of my earlier commentary, but nonetheless, if you happen to hear this and you want to give me some feedback, I do intend to have more base content in the future as KO gets reversed with a jawbreaker by Luke Vinge. But yes, I want to commentate my own universe to really set up appropriate storylines and create mythos for my originals. KO almost got out of the way of that. What looked to be a senton splash. Luke Venge misses his patented super kick, but Seth Rollins does not miss his patented sling blade. And like an idiot, no, Luke Venge knew exactly what he was getting into. Bridge half Nelson for a 1 count. Luke Venge was injured this summer while fighting for ECW through FRJ Promotions. And since his return, he is now sporting a very dark-themed back piece permanently tattooed on his body, along with the tiger that he has always had on his shoulder. We spoke with Luke Venge about his new look, and he just said that the best is yet to come. Stay gold, Pony Boy. We looked up what a coney is, and it's a Midwest snack with chili and a hot dog. Luke Venge going for a quick pin. It's going to have to be a scenario like this. Someone's going to have to be on the outside unconscious before someone pulls a win out. Neither of these guys are the type to just let a win slip away. Luke Venge with a reversal. Hello, wifey. Hi, how are you? I'm great. I'm talking like this because I'm doing commentary on a YouTube live stream of my wrestling universe. They can hear me. Yeah, just do a light tapping with the horn. Luke Venge with a vertebreaker. It could be all over here, folks. Yeah, just I'm in the living room, so I might actually see your headlights. So don't call me Lane because I just saw see them. I need to find it, or I haven't found it. Oh, it's just like it. Like, you walk in the room and you're like, oh, who's in this? I refuse to acknowledge that I have it, which causes a lot of problems socially, but everyone else is like, I have that sauce. You can't disagree with me, you're my wife. That's fine. Good. Well, I'll be, don't... Just show me when you get here, okay? Honk your horn lightly. You might not even need to. I might see the light. Alright, I love you. Goodbye. Happy life there, folks. The match is over. I'm sorry. Corrected. I forgot that we are in a triple threat. Luke Venge has picked up 1 win by way of KO. By KOing KO with his infamous Staymaster. We're lucky, and so is Kevin Owens, that it's fully over, because he probably would have been out from that vertebreaker if it wasn't for the pin being broken up. Luke Venge needs 1 more win, and he will have won the triple-double. But it's not looking good. It's looking like he's going to eat a turnbuckle bomb, courtesy of Seth Rollins. It's not can't be happy. But he gets a punch to the gut for his efforts, and now he's gonna eat some knee into that gut. What do we got here? Oh, a reversal. Not ready to go down without a fight. Luke Venge out. Not sure. They want to fight. What happened? Oh, we've got. Oh! Ripcord knee. 1, 2. There's no break in the triple-double. And so far, only Luke Venge has a win under his belt. by knocking out KO just moments ago. But KO is obviously back and not happy about it, as he is targeting Luke Vinge. Belly to back neck breaker by Seth Rollins. What's next? He's sending him to the corner. Strong toss into the ring post. But KO is fighting back, giving it everything he's got. There are world title implications on this fight. Snake eyes, busted open Luke Vinge. This is a bloodbath. Vertebreaker. If Luke Vinge lands this, it could be over. KO is still conscious, but hardly. Seth Rollins needs to capitalize. In my opinion, he has the wrong man pinned. And KO is coming back 2-2. Seth Rollins just made a desperate error. And he's going after the strongest guy tonight. A guy who's fighting through blood, sweat, and tears to get this win. Airplane TKO. Kevin's looking out of it. He's going to pay. Belly to back suplex. German suplex. He's not letting go. And he's finishing with a vertical suplex. How do you do that this late in a match against two other men? Stomp on the head. Luke Vinge is coming alive. Is that enough? 1, 2. Not enough. KO with a kick out. Clubbing elbows to the chest by Luke Vinge to KO. KO and Seth Rollins gotta watch out. I know I saw it reversed earlier. Seth Rollins reversing a reversal. Seth Rollins reversing. Seth Rollins sends Luke into the corner. Is he going to go for another buckle bomb? That might be all, folks. We have to be honest here and say that that move almost ended Sting's career. A 2 count. Oh, he's scratching that busted open head. Luke Vinge doesn't care. What's Luke doing? Ah, reversal. Is it enough? 1, 2. Not enough. Luke, you're going to have to take a tank to him. He might be trying to get the ref to stop the fight. Too much blood loss. KO with a float over. Sunset flip slam. KO has injected himself back into the match. 1. Seth Rollins breaking it up as if it matters. The only person on the board is Luke Vinge. And we're looking at a pop-up powerbomb. Reversed! What a reversal. Rip cord. Rip cord knee. That's got to be it. Luke Vinge just sent a statement to all the young guys in the back. Kicking out. I spoke too soon. It took 2. But Luke Vinge is still in this fight. Probably something 2K wants to work on. Maybe send the opponent who's just pinned to the outside for a bit of a recovery on a 2 out of 3 falls match. Something. But nonetheless, KO is giving it to the man who has the favorite odds to win at the moment. Seth Rollins and Luke Vinge on the board with 1 in, 1 each. KO lagging behind, getting ready to take one of the most devastating finishers in this business. This matchup's over, folks. Luke Vinge wins by knocking KO out 2 times tonight. Luke Vinge is now 1 step closer to fighting for that world title again. Folks, I'm going to make my out there prediction that Luke Venge will hold a title by the end of the year. Well, folks, that's all we've got for tonight's edition of Monday Nitro 2K18. Please stay tuned. If you watch this after the live stream and you like what you are seeing, let us know. Wait a second, we've got the monster among men, Braun Strowman, wanting to address this crowd. We're going to let him. I'm not going to be the one to ever tell that guy no. Braun Strowman, the monster among men, has been complaining recently that he's being underused. He's been threatening that he's going to start taking matters into his own hands, and this could be just it. We've seen a ton of surprises tonight. What about the Revival? What about Goldberg attacking Sting tonight? This man is just a sight to be seen. He's not happy. Let's see what he's got to say. This is the promo. Wait a second. Braun Strowman was the handsome jock? There are some dumb lunks back there. Our WCW locker room is full of idiots. Oh no. What is this? The big dog, Roman Reigns, is not at all happy with the comments from Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman doesn't look too happy to be interrupted. This could blow over. Folks, we're minutes from going off the air. If that happens before we figure out what's going on with these two, we're gonna keep the tape rolling. We're gonna keep going live in Monday Nitro fashion. Roman Reigns is all suited up and ready for a fight. Let's see what he's got to say. I gotta admit, the crowd does seem to be relieved. I'd watch what you say about Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman doesn't even crack a smile. I understand why he's not feeling good. Roman Reigns is literally making him sick. If I were Roman, I'd get out of the way. It's the end of the night. He wasn't scheduled to fight. Why put yourself through this? I like Roman's style, antagonizing a guy who's threatening to tear his limbs off. Real smart. Roman Reigns has been considered God's mistake before. I've heard that chanted in the crowd. In the WCW Nitro universe, Roman Reigns calling for a matchup. Does he want that tonight? Roman Reigns may have just signed his fate, as Braun Strowman wants a match, but not tonight. Roman Reigns really having a problem with the way Braun Strowman's talking. And he's being very vocal about it. I'm just lucky and surprised. He is pissing Braun Strowman off, and Braun Strowman is being very, very reasonable with him. So something might. Roman Reigns, he's not the good guy, he's not the bad guy, he's the guy. So there you have it, folks. We might just have our main event set for next week. Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns in a grudge match from this Collision of the Minds tonight to end our program. Tonight we saw the Revival attack Shinsuke Nakamura and Kurt Angle. Well, their opponents matter, only to lose to Shinsuke and Kurt Angle, who show a lot of promise as a tag team. Bobby Roode, contrary to what the graphic, won his match against Black Matter, and then would go on later to defeat also Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rock never made it to the ring to take on Sting in what many were looking forward to when Goldberg and brutally attacked Sting, causing that match to end the way it did. Luke Venge wins the triple threat, triple double, KOing Kevin Owens twice. And as we just saw, Braun Strowman is sick of the lunks in the back, and now he's ready to take Roman Reigns out. And by out, I mean take his teeth out. And we'll see that